in the meantime, I'll do something. LGBTQ.
Yay.
Okay. So here, click on it for a second. Okay. All right. So here's an example. Oh, didn't all load. So my app is like basic.
Refreshing.
Just have an example. All right. Well, let me do a simpler one. Let me do like campfire or something. Actually, no. PG. PG is good. PG is like the main feed. Okay. So here's an example. The cool part of this is like what Instagram can't do is wherever you took the photo, it's a cool world. We know where you took it. And so if you check, share with community means like, hey, let people know where I was. There's a portal there. You can go directly there, right? So for example, somebody took a picture in Friends Portal Gallery 1 or cloud watching. You can go there right now. In fact, I took this picture in this event. Oh, wait. Okay, not in this event. But like these other ones, you can try. Like you can click on it and you can see like Robert's photo gallery. You can teleport there because it's a world and it's public. So I think that's like a lot of interesting things you can do around that, right? That
So
whole
I just updated a photo with the PG on it.
Okay, hey, perfect test. I need you to do this. I'm gonna search again for PG. See if it shows up. Hopefully it's not explicit and he's trolling me.
No, not quite explicit.
Okay, it's a little raunchy, but
Yeah, it's a little exciting.
So it's there. Okay. Obviously, so with Nero's app, it's gonna be cooler because it's a photo frame. It's got transitions. What was that?
You just went into people's accounts without permission. So what about the security on these photos?
No. I did not go into people's accounts. So in order for the photos to show up, you got to go to the website and you got to opt in by click share with community. By default, everything is private. Only if you click that box and share, and only if you tag it would it here.
If you tag it, it becomes public.
No. Only if you click the share with community thing, it becomes public.
Yeah.
You gotta do two. You gotta jump through 2 hoops.
Then it's public too, right?
Make it open.
Share it to a person.
Okay.
If you share it with the person, is it public? Kind of. Like you can't. It won't. Like you can't search for that photo, and then. But if you have like the special sharing URL, you'll be able to see it, so that your friends can actually share it. Obviously, we probably will make that more robust. Like you got to be signed in. I think you do have to be signed in, but yeah. Anyway, we have some basic privacy controls on this as well, so you have to opt in to do it. Obviously, we don't want.
I just saw 2 photos that have my friends in it, and they're not at the Commons campfire, so I don't know why those pictures are showing up as Commons campfire.
So this is my basic app. So pardon the rudimentariness of this app. If the place you took it in is like private or whatever, then I'll just put a placeholder there because we don't want people to go to be able to even see a private
that makes
world.
Sense.
An event that expired, like the event's over. There's no point in showing it till I go there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, her app's gonna be so much cooler, and you guys should look to that. I think it's called Portal Gallery. But this is the kind of thing you can do, like with a little bit of like basic setup, some controls. You can write an app, some cool things. Yeah.
Hey, how much? What if you did an arc instead of a straight line?
Arc? Oh yeah, I mean you can do it. You can do whatever you want. I just did a straight line for ease of whatever.
It goes out pretty far sometimes. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, her thing is really cool. Like it has a big photo frame, and then it randomly like a slideshow, goes from one to the next. And then if you click on the picture, there's no teleport. Like if you click on the picture, it'll say like, so it's like and it tells you what the hashtag is, and it tells you what the name is, and it gives you a lot of options. So I just didn't have time to put in all that stuff. I just did something super basic, like list them, just to make sure like the API worked and all that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're still early stages with a lot of stuff. I mean, eventually, I want to be able to do stuff like automatically tagging your friends in there. Like if you opt in, And remember back in the old days, Facebook would be like, "Is this your friend? You want to, is this Superman? You want to tag Superman?" You're like, "Nope, don't want to tag Superman." But here we could be like, "Oh, that's like so and so, so and so." Like if only if you opt in, and then you could even like, I don't know, do some crazy stuff like. I mean, eventually we could go beyond photos. We could do 3D holographic captures, like in Star Trek, right? The hollow photos. Hollow photos. So you take it, and then we could record more than just the photo. We can record the entire space, everything
like
in
Engage
it.
does.
And then you can like
Engage.
What?
Engage does that. That's pretty cool.
Oh really? Oh man.
Yeah.
See, like, yeah, I want to do more cool stuff like that. We need to get more engineers.
They're doing some great stuff over there.
Yeah, I haven't tried them out in a while, but yeah. Well, this is what I like, like we used to be stuck in this world where like, okay, you have to be the one oasis that beats out all the other oasis. And it's like, no, that's probably not what's going to happen. No, some people are going to have cool volumetric captures because it makes a lot of sense. Educational use cases or whatever.
They got 360 skyboxes, video skyboxes. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we've had those experiments too, but just kind of went off in a different direction, and we prioritized different things. Like, yeah, and that's good. I think that's good for the overall metaverse, because I think it'd be kind of crappy if you have like just one thing with one set of choices. That would be pretty crappy.
How many of you are there? How many Altspace devs are there?
Hey, what's up?
Actual devs, I don't know, like no more than like 20 probably.
I know.
Okay. Yeah.
The whole team is a little bigger, but yeah, we're still small compared to some other teams.
Yeah.
But as part of like mixed reality,
If I'm not
stuff,
mistaken, at other events too, like
that
the
includes
Olympics,
AR, VR, hardware, software.
I've been working midnight.
Everything.
Yeah, did you work on the Inspire event?
To visit.
Okay.
So.
You mean the Ignite event?
Ignite.
I supported it in my own way.
So much information out here.
But so many different things went into that, like the holo captures, and
I
like
didn't know about the hashtag.
getting James Cameron all his coffees and stuff. There's so many things that need to fall into place to get that, like the fish. Right, there's a fish
Yeah,
app.
man, that was
fish.
awesome. That was totally
Yeah. So all those things, like, oh man, holo capture is gonna be pretty. Teleportation is gonna be pretty sweet.
But yeah, it's good to see you here.
You guys will like that. I've seen the pre-recorded ones that are like really high resolution. It's good. It's like better than the.
I was hoping for some surprises.
Kind of thing, higher res than that.
I see. There's only one person hosting an event with Bill this in the whole
right?
Altspace.
Exactly.
I'm like,
yeah.
no.
Really? Me?
No, we're not. Well, it'd be nice if you hosted one too. But I did a search, and there's only one event so far.
Exactly. Yeah.
For what?
Here since 20.
For
Some
Microsoft Build.
Yeah, it's good
Oh,
to see.
Build, yeah. I don't think we're,
Good.
as far as I know, we're not. Our Altspace itself not doing a big thing for
I
Build
like
right now.
Here, and I like the
We did something last year. I don't know if we did. We did Dev Day. We've done Dev Days. We've done Ignite this year. It's hard for us to do like every big
That's a
Microsoft
feature
event.
request. I think I've had too.
Usually we tried
Well,
to
you do an after
showcase
party.
like all the
Because it takes
all the
time to
new
go
tech,
back.
and then like a whole bunch
Whatever.
of stuff gets like
If I want to
tries to get built in a really short period of time.
tell Jimmy
That,
now.
that can be stressful.
actually.
Anybody else
That
have
might be
any
a good.
questions?
That's a question that people have been asking.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the photo stuff is gonna be great. I'm trying to get more.
I may just put that in
Uh,
Discord too.
Ideally, Adrian, yeah, I was ideally like in my
Get dinner.
perfect world. We have a better camera, not just like two button like selfie and
Yeah,
camera.
we
What
do
the hell
need
is
a
the
better
difference? The selfie camera, is that the same thing? Like fix up the camera, maybe combine that with like the Jimmy cam, so you can like grab it and do stuff. Maybe you can follow, maybe a drone camera. I don't know. And then the camera can like output stuff. Maybe you can take the Polaroid, but then you can like also take the picture and like throw it up on like a big photo display thing we've got, or presentation thing. Like I've already got it set up in the back end so that if you hashtag that, like we could in the client just like show what your hashtags are and just filter by that really easily, right? And so I mean, it could be like every time you take a Polaroid, it could automatically tag it with Polaroid. And then let's say you're having an event and be like, oh, my Polaroids, click. hashtag Polaroid gets filtered. You see your Polaroids, boom, and then you throw it up in your event, right? That's what I want to do. That's what I want to see.
I thought the Jimmy
No,
Cam was
I'm with you.
deprecated. I guess before my time. Is it still? Because I haven't had a good experience trying to use it.
It's kind of broken. It's a little broken.
Oh, it is broken.
You can still
Okay,
use
all right.
it.
Okay.
It's a little broken. It's 4 years old. It's 4.5 years old, probably. Yeah, I worked on the original one because I was trying to do some VR vlogging. I'd take the camera, I'd put it there, and I'd like one show, right? Because in real life, you got to set up tripod. No tripod necessary in VR. Oh, see, Andy's already got it. See, and then Andy's got it there. Maybe Andy can so why not just your hand with all the stuff? But back in the day, it was great. It would like follow you. I could carry it with me through teleporter, so I can be like, all right, guys, we're going to the next. You know, I'd give people tours of my apartment, which is a souped up high rise back then. I made YouTube videos. I made all of.
Oh, he's even rotating it. Why it rotates too?
I wouldn't imagine she'd ask.
Yeah,
It stuck to me. It used to be really good. It used to be fantastic. Anyway, to take pictures.
No rush. I'm pretty sure it's going to be
Imagine if
understand how
it
much time
could
is
automatically, like, you could just
okay.
throw the photo onto your, like, other people's platforms. Just take the photo, throw it onto your screen, your slideshow.
Oh man,
and it
that'd
just
be
like
cool.
works. Like, yeah, one day we get more devs.
Like virtual Bluetooth, right in the world, right?
Boom, boom.
Oh,
boom.
yeah.
And then you,
It's all right.
and then
It's
maybe
still
like you do that and just shows up, and you're also putting near a app or something, and it shows up right away. Like imagine you had actually for the LGBTQ 4th anniversary event, they had like a selfie stage. So the app was there, selfie stage was there, and so people would show up at the event, take a selfie, and then it would like show up on the thing, and then like rotate through as it's happening. Whew, that was good. You know, that was pretty good. And then if you can imagine people, like I was thinking, even like when you have an event, you can let the event host pre-select the hashtags. So let's say Adrian is holding an event for mustached Star Trek characters, right? And you'd be like hashtag mustache, hashtag like 70s, and then when you're in his event and you're taking the photo, it'll say, hey, your host recommends these hashtags, and you're like, yes, I'm wearing a mustache, click, yes, I'm a Star Trek, lieutenant or above rank, click, and then you have another screen, all the lieutenants, I don't know, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because then your host, because a lot of times, let's say you are, like, I don't know, Twitch feed or something, you're on a Twitch stream, and the host is telling you, they typed in like 10,000 different tags that you're supposed to tag. So just like, oh my God. Like on Twitter, they're like 50,000 tags. You're like, okay, what am I, this is like crazy. Why am I doing this? But in VR, we can automatically, we have the context, right? Like you can do, I don't know, there's all kinds of ways we could make it easier to tag, just tag. And combine all these ideas together, you can imagine with a little bit of work, you can imagine a very different, much richer experience, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I like the idea.
Oh, and then like replay. I mean, once upon a time, we had front row and what we called VR capture, where you can like. I actually recorded myself recording myself doing an answering service, but from my home. When my friend, I turn on for friends come in, and I obviously did the obvious stuff like George Costanza, like da 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 da, stuff like that, right? Like you could. What if you had like a guest answering service, right? What if I could get, I don't know, Sean Connery to record a 3D captured welcome message, to saying like, Jimmy, welcome home. Or maybe like Patrick Stewart, right? Get Patrick Stewart to record something for you, Adrian. Adrian, roll back. Here's your Earl Grey, right? Like, oh my God.
That's
We could do that.
yes.
In fact, I mean, I did a test. I did it for myself. Where, like, I set up a personal recording. I record myself doing it. We didn't end up releasing it, but one day when we get recordings back, dude, crazy. Yeah. I went off on a tangent. Anybody else have any questions, topics? Who's excited about Burning Man 2021? in VR again
Yep.
in Altspace.
I am.
Oh, cool.
We're
Twice the
using
sand.
VRCVR is using the hashtag.
Woo, they are
Using it to
nice.
do weather. And so there's weather updates, and we also are putting kind of event information. So right now, if you search the VRCVR hashtag in the community photos, you'll find information about Thursday's Artists and Builders Call. VRCVR. Yeah, you'll see pictures of the Black Rock Dip.
It's whoa.
For weather updates,
Hey,
to
what's
let you know it's wet.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, look at that. There's a gap there. Look at that.
A lot of campfire ones, though, huh?
Did it
Here's
go
finally
invisible or
Goodfellas.
something?
That's a fun world. They should be. They shouldn't be.
It might be private now, right? If the worlds are private, then
Is that what the gap
okay.
means?
Okay, I will look for that. I think it's just that they're imported and not actually pictures of worlds in a lot of cases. So the people are like taking the photo and uploading it and not taking it from. Yeah, so there's one here goes to Goodfellas and actually works the way it's supposed to.
Nice.
But then the rest of them are, so.
Nice.
And we're just kind of
There you
thinking,
go,
like, these
people.
other ones, maybe I could do something else with it, but they're just showing the weather conditions because people are actually coming in. This is the
That's really cool. I didn't think of it. I didn't think of that use
that's
case.
where Burning Man
to show
happens.
weather conditions currently.
Yeah.
That's pretty
The
cool.
desert. Awesome.
Right, exactly. Because people are coming
are you
out
up
to
to?
camp anyway, because this is where Burning Man happens when they build it, is in the Black Rock
Mhm.
Desert. And they're coming out,
Learning.
kind of,
I
even
am.
though
I go
it's
to all. I try to attend
virtual
all of
this year.
like,
They're
I've
still
been
coming out
going
to
to
camp.
the conference all
I
month
live
long,
out
the
here, so
virtual
I'm putting
conference
the
that they
Oh,
do
weather
wow.
conditions up
different
on a
times.
couple. Yeah, and I'm
I just
trying to
live
save
That
them
is
as I go
real
cool.
too.
world. So for me, it
Obviously,
makes
what's not
sense to
working
come in
is
here and
the
get
like the
educated.
QR
Yeah.
code and some of
QR
that stuff.
code,
But
yeah.
You
Well,
know what I
because
mean?
but people
my
people
basic
always
app
complaining
kind of.
that there ain't nothing going on, but there's so much stuff
Yeah,
going on.
we'll be able
No
to
one's
see
here
it
to
bigger
give us
on Mira's app. But that's
I
awesome.
close
Oh, yeah.
enough, I suspect.
I put my
You putting some
tent
rolls
back in my backyard for the kids, so that's the limit of my
Nice.
camping right now.
Right now,
Hey, I bet your kids love it though. Yeah, I put my tent in my backyard. It looks like this.
Okay.
It's an
Yeah,
8-person
people
tent.
come in
Yeah.
and they're using this to sort of see what the playa
I know,
conditions are.
right?
When you see all these like
know.
clouds and rain and
I'm
stuff,
taking
you can't
the,
drive, you
Unity
can't camp
class,
anywhere because it's all
so
mud
I'm
and
starting
like
off
it's
learning
awful.
Unity.
Yeah,
But
but
eventually
anyway,
I'm gonna need to know
so that's
about
one kind of,
Altspace too.
and then this
That's
first
really
one is
cool.
actually it's kind of
That's
small right here, but
Learn
Yep.
more
what I should do is I should
about,
retake
the
that
back end
image
underpinnings of
inside of
Altspace
the
and maybe
event
some of the
space.
directions or
Exactly.
roadmap
Or no, this
to
is
go.
the one that's about the
Instead of
Zoom
just
call.
dropping
That's
worlds
right.
in
So
here,
anyway,
hoping it
in a
works.
larger format,
Well,
you
yeah,
can kind of
some
see more
people
of the
do that
information
approach
about
too
it,
as
but it's
well.
just
Yeah.
information.
I mean, you can always take a photo of a photo or something.
Exactly. That's
Easily
what I'm
get
talking
around
about.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that way it tags it to the world.
That
But
is
yeah, I
a
think
great
that's
use
good
case.
to know that when I don't have a world attached to it, it goes to Commons. I was
Right.
wonder what happened to it. So
Yeah,
it's
it
kind of a
goes
nice
to, well, I mean,
touch.
that's what my app does. I think,
feel you.
like, what I would suggest is you could ask Nira to
Right,
have
I
her
feel
app
you.
accept a parameter that says, like,
throwing some mud at
default
see what sticks.
place, right? So if you were
Yeah. Now,
customizing
I
it
got a
for
question for you.
BRCVR, you could say, if
So
it doesn't have
everyone
anything,
keeps recommending
have it go
something
to the playa
different.
or
And
the
before I drop
whatever
all my
welcome
sugar in on a
world you
computer
have.
that I
That's
may
what,
not
that's
need,
what
do
I'd
you have any
suggest.
recommendations?
Don't
Yeah.
tell Nira I try to give her
Do
more
I
work, but
need
that's what I.
a Because
I'll
I
just
what
already
I
have
would
kind
a
of
suggest.
Mac and an
mention that,
iMac. I
like,
have a
the
MacBook
thought
and
that
iMac,
maybe it
and I
could
don't
do
want
that,
to
but I don't know where it came
run
from.
because I'm already running
Yeah,
heavy
no.
programs
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
We think it's really
Yeah,
cool
I
though.
think so.
It's
And
been really
I
fun
still
because
haven't bought my
people
computer
can go on the
because
website even and search
don't.
the
To
community and
me,
see everything
I
with
want
the
to make sure I
community, just
get the
like
right
they
Yes.
would, through that interface.
Yeah, that was
Um,
requested, and I just threw it up there. Yeah, stuff like
That's
website
great.
Well, I
updates
use
is pretty
everything
easy for me to make.
professionally, not
'Cause it's
personally. And
low
for
risk.
me, Unity World
Yeah,
building
awesome,
2D, that would
awesome.
be a
Yeah, so thanks.
personal
We're
thing.
putting it to use
So
and it's pretty
before I
fun. And now
invest,
we can see, try and refine it a bit.
exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
I
Thank
don't
you.
want
yeah.
a MacBook
Well,
and
that's the
my
thing with the
iMac
metaverse, guys.
associated with
It's like
anything gaming.
you don't know,
Yeah.
right? Like everyone's like, oh, we
Glimmer,
gotta
none
read
of that.
this app in here, read that app in here, and then it's like normally how that happens, it's never quite. History doesn't quite repeat
No,
itself.
no, I want to
Kinda
go Windows. I want to
rhymes,
go
right?
Windows. That's why I'm
I think the
asking.
same thing will happen with the metaverse. No, like everyone's like, oh, it's just gonna be like full, and everyone's like, oh, not really. You know,
You on
oh, it's
Discord?
just gonna be like games, and it's like,
No, I
oh,
need to
not
get
really
into
either,
that as
right? So
well.
it's not quite gonna be the same. It's gonna be its own thing.
Yeah, that's
A lot of times, it's just trying out ideas, seeing
Oh yeah,
what's
yeah.
what
No,
works,
I
what's
have an
interesting.
account. I just
And I think
I'm
these
not in
days
the world building one.
with
Okay.
mixed reality,
Like
there's lots of
gaming.
different things you can do.
That
So
we
many
had in discussion
possibilities.
and gave some recommendations was the one
So
for this Unity class, the Tri-Universe, Nick Baroni.
Oh yes.
That's
Yep,
cool.
yep, yep. I've been to there before.
Anything
Yep.
else, guys?
Okay.
Any
there
other
was some
thoughts?
getting stuff involved in there.
Before I let you go.
Our
Yeah.
characters, they fly.
And he had some good recommendations.
And then
Even
if they're not
posted
Hmm.
flying,
sales
they're in a
he
different
saw
state, I guess the
that
avatars are.
popped off
Okay.
recently.
I'm working with a
I'll
guy
find
Finally
that
who
figured out
doesn't
about
read
the
it,
I
right
was
moves
thinking
way
it.
to
about taking
toss
a
so that
Unity
it
Problem
class
is
to
when
do
you
a
move,
VR
you
right
shake.
app
almost to
created
you.
app.
But you
Yeah.
wouldn't shake if
Yeah.
you were in flying mode.
Yep.
But in flying mode, you go right through
The
flying.
other thing is
So a
there's a
glider
way to
can't
do
move
this.
you
Watch.
because you're in flying mode.
I mean, I'm
So
one of
I
those
didn't
people
know if
just
there's a
because I
way.
can doesn't mean
But
that
your
I
characters are
should.
very
So if I
conservative in
have to
how
spend
fast they can be
$2 grand, I'm not
pushed.
going
I
to.
gave up.
So
I
they
didn't think it was
shake when you start
possible.
pushing them.
I
And if you loosen up, so
I mean, it's probably possible to adjust that. I would think, and this is not something I would
right.
take with a grain of salt, but normally we're super sensitive, more sensitive than other people about comfort, and so our speed limits are generally lower than other apps. I even noticed, like, if you're sprinting like this, the default speeds are generally slower than elsewhere.
Like I grabbed the
the
basketball the other day and I ran with it.
Let's
it
go to the
shook
test
like
site for a
anything.
minute before this next thing
I'll do
starts.
that today.
Nuts
I'll
off
do that
it.
tonight.
I think there's some work. There's a lot of work to be done around holding things
The-
while
The
it's
one
like
that has
Jimmy
the burn
Cam. If
barrel,
you're
the
grabbing it,
fire
it's
on
like,
front.
and it's like, camera's shaking, not good.
So
So there's definitely stuff to be improved there. I think that's probably not the easiest thing to change. So yeah, people have had some creative things. I've seen some rides
16.
where you get in the box and you're moving. There is a little bit of shaking, but
But you
it
gotta
is
use your
possible.
throttle. You gotta walk with it or run with it
Okay.
to keep it from shaking.
I've seen cars. I remember
Okay.
Ben made
Thank
one.
you.
Made
I
an
appreciate that.
Yeah.
your car, you choose
Yeah.
your car, and then
It
like
lets
the
you
car
when
is
you're
kind
wearing
of
it,
driving, but
use
it's
the
not
fight
really
stick.
driving. You're like, it's attached to you.
Yeah,
It's
and
attached
you
to
use
your
the fight
avatar.
stick. Yeah.
So
trying to
yeah,
sync
there's
all
some
the
tricks to be
object
done, but
updates
I
at the same
think you're
time.
gonna be hard pressed to try to actually make other people move. I think,
Are you gonna
I
make?
think the reason, yeah, go
Are
ahead.
you gonna be able to make in-world teleportation available to everybody?
Right.
It already works. Like,
Right.
I think there's another
No, I've
case of
seen it.
like the
You
feature.
guys had a template that had it. You could go from in the club. You go downstairs to the upstairs. You could teleport. And I just saw Jimmy put it in his world. James
Okay.
put it in
Got
his
it.
world. It's teleporting, and I'm like, oh, how do we do it?
Okay.
Yeah, some admin probably put it in their world for them.
I
When
was
I'm
looking
feeling
at
especially
Wow.
generous, I might do
Okay.
that. But
That's what I
like,
was looking at.
yeah, I think it's another thing you guys should request and say, like, we know this exists.
Yeah, I
You know,
know.
let us have
It's
it.
existed for a
You
while.
know, what do we want? Blank. When do we want it? Now. That kind of thing. You know, the
Yeah.
little picket in the campfire. Do we want it?
Thank you.
You know, get line.
It's the one supreme
literally on
overlord.
the Novo
We
site
don't hear his
last night.
name, who actually has final
Literally.
say so in charge
They
of.
did.
I wouldn't call her an overlord, but the program owner is Keaton. I would ask her.
Yep.
She gets final say
That's why I
on
was like,
that stuff.
"Oh, this is a damn good deal, right? I might want to jump on
She
it."
says yes, then I
It was
will
like
on like
almost
5 seconds. I
$700
can
off.
literally go into
Gave me an additional for military
check the
discount
box,
too.
hit save. Got it. So then like hearts, you know, I didn't tell you, but yeah, hearts
Yeah.
available should be
Yeah.
everywhere. Like Cinco de Mayo stuff, probably not everywhere. Screaming Skull, definitely not anywhere. But like hearts
Okay,
everywhere.
yeah,
Why not?
like
You want to put hearts in your home? Why are we stopping from
Okay.
putting hearts in your home? You know? That's just my personal opinion. So, any of the stuff you want like that, keep requesting it, keep
Yeah,
talking about it.
absolutely.
That's the most I can tell you to do.
Yeah,
is to do that.
fair enough.
I apologize because
I was
my
actually off
philosophy is
on
very different. My philosophy is like outside the
2099 to
campfire, like let people do what they
Going to
want.
Japan.
In your event, in your world, unless you're doing a main event, and okay, well, all you want to be careful with that.
Okay.
But like,
Okay.
otherwise, bring her home. Have fun.
Yeah. It was.
Some people wanted like coffins. Like, why would you want the
Yeah, 'cause
coffins?
Shaw
And
Hour
then
Exchange wasn't that
his
big.
avatar was like, okay, yeah, I see why you
That
want
was the old
coffins.
one. Yeah.
So it was always tight.
I think we need her address and her
Yeah.
favorite choice of
Now
biscuits
there's a
and
bigger
cake.
one. They put a whole new one on there.
Address, yeah. I don't know if she's on Discord, but she has her monthly now. Single and chill events used to be on Wednesdays at 5, but I think now it's like kind of split between that and the community feedback ones.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get. I was gonna get the MSI, but that's why I was like,
All right. Well, it's 5. I don't
Yeah,
want to
but
take
my
it, but if
son
you have like maybe
will be
one more
like,
question or
oh,